everyone, my name is Jason Vaughan and this is Food Mood on YouTube. I'm here in Athens, Greece, looking for the best Greek street food you can possibly find in this city. Today we've got a big lineup. We're going to a secret underground restaurant looking for some home-cooked Greek feasts. Then we're going to head out to the sites, see the Acropolis and other ancient sites here in Athens. And then Cretan food, apparently some of the healthiest food on earth. It's going to be a big day planned of eating. Looking forward to it. Stick around, you won't want to miss what we're having here in Athens, Greece. Just arrived here in Diporto. It smells amazing. It's like a rustic cellar with wine barrels along the wall, and straight away the host has just laid down butcher's paper and just given us a jug of white wine. White wine looks clear. That's dry, it's quite tart as well. The food has just arrived and the spread looks incredible. It's one of those places you just sit down and they just give you everything. First off, looks like we have some sort of wilted greens, maybe spinach with some fresh onions and olives on the side. Beautiful chickpeas, they look absolutely doused in olive oil and black pepper on top. We have some grilled fish, potentially sardines with big chunks of lemon, a giant chunk of bread. It looks like a massive vegetable stew here. It looks really hearty. Let's test out that fish. Got a sardine here. Oh, look at the olive oil dripping off that. The head just fell off. Gonna eat the whole sardine. Wow, smoky texture on that fish. It's salty. And the bones as well, you just bite straight through and chew through those bones and they just melt in your mouth. This is the fish that I dropped before. More crunch, same beautiful saltiness from that seafood. Wow. This has got this chickpeas and they look like they're in a massive sauce. I'm gonna scoop up some of the chickpeas and that black pepper. Steaming chickpeas. I've never had chickpeas like that. They are just silky smooth, and sometimes you can get a bit starchy with your chickpeas. These just like, you just crush them with your tongue and they just melt away. Wow, chickpeas. One more bite of the chickpeas. It's had some wild sauce with the chickpeas there, it just adds more savouriness to them. Next we have what looks like a vegetable stew. It's like a tomatoey base, big chunks of potatoes, some chilies in there, even some cucumber, I think maybe some parsley and carrot at the same time. Wow. Got a bite of potato, carrot and parsley. Wow. That's like a tomato-based soup. So much umami. It's just flavor packed. There must be a nice concoction of herbs, maybe some oregano, and then again just that potato and the carrot just like cooked for so long. It's just breaks away as soon as you bite into it. What a simple stew. Next we got some of the bread, nice hard crust, and then soft, fluffy in the middle. I'm going to try it with the soup here. I'm going to soak in all the juice. Oh. That's top notch. Last piece of the puzzle here is the wilted greens. Got a plate of onion, olives, wilted greens. Maybe this is a pepper here, and then some lemon, of course. Wow. A slight bitterness to them, but again a stewy type taste. So they've just been nicely slow cooked. An olive, some fresh red onion, and then more of the wilted greens. There might be a pit in that olive, so we'll see what happens. One pit. But yeah, beautiful fresh flavours all working together with the stewy type greens here. Man, this place is insane and just everything comes out instantly. So cool. Very good voice. Efkaristo. Tuck your head under. Ooh, man, that was a top feed. Oh, Jesus, just home cooked Greek food. It's like hearty but light at the same time. Just an amazing feed. I know I just keep saying you got to come here, but this is a place you cannot miss here in Athens, Greece. You can find Diporto in this building here. It's an absolutely derelict building. But as soon as you find that trapdoor, you'll find a taverna full of home-cooked goodness and an OG who's just gonna put some great food on your table. Was in need of a pit stop after having that hearty food and wine at Diporto. So I've gone for a place called Mocha Coffee, and they specialise in coffee which is cooked in hot sand. Essentially they have like extremely fine ground beans and they cook it in sandwiches at 220 degrees. I've just gone for a single shot espresso, pour it in from the coffee jug and then just let it sit a little bit. Time to try some of this specialty coffee. It's like bitter, dark, yeah, it perks you up. You also get given some sweet treats with your coffee. It's just dusted in some sugar. And yeah, it reminds me of a Turkish delight, the feel of it. It's kind of squishy. Very sweet. Got like an almost like star anise taste to it. That'll go well with the bitterness of the coffee. And then again, just like all other Greek coffees, when you get to the bottom, make sure you don't drink the dregs. Let it just sit there, let that sediment chill out and leave it alone. So I'm gonna go get a Greek pie to fill up my stomach even more. Go to a place called Aristan, and they've been punching out Greek pies for over 100 years. Just got myself a Greek pie. It feels really warm. When you give it a squeeze, you can tell there's some content inside of it. So. Not gonna lie, biting on that top day, mouthful of dough. I need to get a little bit deeper into this to try out the spinach and feta that's inside it. No, that's more like it. Right. Have a look in there. The cheese adds that little funk to it. The spinach is quite savoury. This is loaded with spinach and feta, and it's got a phyllo pastry dough on the outside. Not a mind-blowing snack, but just something to fill you up. Standing behind me right now is the Parthenon, the most iconic piece sitting on Acropolis Hill. It's first completed around 400 BC, and there's lots of restoration going on to preserve this iconic temple. Top of Acropolis Hill, you get sprawling views of the city of Athens, And then you can even, if the clouds let up, you can see the port, you can see the Mediterranean Sea. Make sure you plan a trip to the top of Acropolis Hill. Now heading into the museum. Really short walk, less than a minute, and bang, straight into the museum. Just had a squiz inside the Acropolis Museum. Brilliant museum featuring a lot of artifacts from Acropolis Hill itself and then other parts of this ancient Athens area. Lots of the ornaments there are like Pentelic marble statues. There's some bronze, there's some clay. There's a lot to see there. So if you're interested in ancient Greek history, definitely worth checking out the museum. Underneath, they have an excavation site, which is an ancient city, which was started in 4500 BC. And essentially they've just built this museum, just built massive pillars and built the Acropolis Museum on top of it. So when you come to this museum, you get to see the museum itself and then the excavation site underneath. It's getting dark and it's time for dinner here in Athens. Tonight it's going to be a little bit different. We are heading out to a Cretan restaurant. They specialize in authentic food from the island of Crete, which is Greece's largest island. So apparently this type of tucker is a little bit healthier and quite a bit different. Really excited to see what the Cretans do for food. And this red wine here is a Merlot and Mutaro blend. The Mutaro is a really rare red grape from Greece. Oh, bloody hell. It's a smooth wine, imagine because of the Merlot, but it's also like sour cherries as well. No tannins, so none of that sort of grippy feeling on the tongue. Just nice and smooth, easy drinking. First parts of the Cretan feed tonight have arrived. In the entrees we've got the apaki, so that's smoked pork from Crete. Peppers, which are stuffed with spicy cheese, looking like a feta at the moment. And then we've got the Greek Dakos salad. That's got like a barley husk underneath, Cretan cheese on top, tomato, some parsley, and then maybe some olives around the side. Lots of colour. Colour usually means flavour. Oh, that Cretan cheese looks so smooth. It's gonna cut through. Yeah. Got some solid husk underneath. That salad is so fresh. So much happening in that. You got the crunchiness of the husk underneath. I keep saying this about Greek, but the tomatoes are seriously so juicy and bright. The Cretan cheese is just like so creamy, so smooth. Cream cheese type of texture. That's a wild salad. Like, I'm not usually one to go crazy over salads. This is a top salad. Next thing to taste is the apaki. So this is a Cretan smoked pork. And it's just dripping with the wine sauce underneath. Sort of like a ham type texture, but more meaty. Like thicker ham, saltiness from the pork. There's some black pepper in there, and the wine sauce is just really savoury. I like it. This wouldn't be out of place on a cheese board either. It's like one of those meats you can definitely eat for dinner, but also slap it on a cheese board. Stuffed peppers with spicy cheese. Well, just slice through that easy as. I'm gonna try and get some of the sauce, plenty of that spicy cheese, and then the pepper. Ooh. spice straight away, starting to hit up the tongue. It's quite a juicy pepper. So there's a lot of sauce, a lot of flavour around it. Stuffed peppers with feta cheese. That's a good move. I've got a mutilated piece of bread here. I'm going to first start off with a couple of dips of spicy cheese. Second is the pork sauce, the white deglaze. Put some meat on there. And the last piece of the puzzle, the Cretan cheese, the creamy cheese. Look at that bite there. Every bit of flavour. That was so greedy, but that was so unbelievably good. Jack here is working for the snail. Keep working, brother. You're a slippery little fella.
Oh my lord.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. Holy jeez, how big is that?
It's quite big, isn't it?
Mate.
The sauce.
Alright. Yeah?
That's good snail.
Oh, okay. I've got to get into that snail. It was huge. Got the prize plate of snails. Had no idea the Cretans put together snails. This one is done with rosemary and olive oil. The smell of rosemary is just wafting through. These snails are roasted. You're given a toothpick to fish these out. Just saw Jack try and handle it. I'm going to try and latch onto one of these creatures. Oof. I'm going to see if I can fish him out. Oh, it's hot shell, hot shell, hot shell, hot shell, hot shell. Ah! Oh my... Look at the size of this mutant snail. What do they feed these things? You got to wonder if these are like cultivated snails. These are huge. They've even got the little tail. It's unlike any French snail I've had in my life. I'm gonna get into that sauce, try and lap up some rosemary. Time to test the Cretan snail. The flesh of that snail, wow. There's just so much meat there. It's salty, you can get the full taste of the rosemary, even maybe some garlic as well. What a great snail. 2 tips if you want maximum flavour for these snails. 1, lick this shell. Oh, it's so salty. And if you cop that rosemary, yeah, you get that grassy taste to it. 2, I've saved my last remaining bit of bread and it has to be dipped in that olive oil and rosemary mixture. Got all this sauce here. I'm gonna dip it in. Oh, just dripping from the bread. That just matches so perfectly with the bread. The saltiness and that rosemary herb flavour. Here we have juicy pork ribs. And here is flash fried short fin squid.
Cut these 2.
That looks tender.
Oh man.
I've got myself a rib and I've got to be careful that it just literally doesn't fall off the bone. I'm gonna try not to drop it everywhere. Oh wow. Yeah, so tender. I think this is literally falling off now. Yeah, I can't save it. It's like a savoury wine sauce rather than like a heavy barbecue ribs like in America. The pork is perfectly cooked, perfectly tender. There's enough fat in there just to keep it really juicy and moist. Wow. The short fin squid. So I tried some of the grilled squid at the markets. Here we got the fried version. It is springy, bouncy meat. It is beautiful. Got some lemon here, gonna squeeze it on a tentacle piece. Oh. Yep. Got a few drops. That acidity of the lemon really gives the squid some extra jazz. everything here has been amazing. Cretan food is so underrated. I've never heard anything about how good it was. Just been brought a dessert by the owners of this Cretan restaurant. This dish I've got here is Greek yogurt and I believe it's like sugared grape. We've got to give it a try. Wow, such a creamy yogurt. The grapes they are sweet, but it's like really light. It's not like a very syrupy type of sauce. It's just a light sweetness that's just beautiful. Greeks just know what to do with their yogurt. Just finished off at Crete. Amazing Cretan food, so much flavour, so much variety. Haven't had anything like it before. It just makes you want to put Crete on your next to visit list. So yeah, I definitely plan on visiting Crete sometime after that feed. It was stupendous. It was just so good. I'm gonna call it there tonight. It's been another great day of eating some Greek feasts. I'm gonna have one more day tomorrow checking out some more Greek food. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Helps other people find this channel. Cheers.